Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Catherine Kieran's, the acting head of the PPS Serious Crime Unit, and I prosecuted this case. Every case involving child sexual offences is disturbing and causes long-lasting harm to victims. However, this was one of the most depraved, distressing and prolific cases of child sexual abuse that we have ever seen in the Public Prosecution Service. McCartney has now been held accountable for his devastating crimes, including the manslaughter of Simran Thomas, a 12-year-old girl from the United States of America. McCartney has now been held accountable for his devastating crimes, including the manslaughter of Simran Thomas, a 12-year-old girl from the United States of America. Tragically, Simran Thomas took her own life after McCartney pretended to be a young girl and befriended her. When he gained her trust, he then abused and threatened her online. Our dedicated team of police, prosecutors and counsel worked together to establish to the criminal standard that McCartney's actions had caused Simran's death. We believe this to be the first time an abuser has been held accountable for manslaughter where the victim and perpetrator have never met in person. My most important message is to children and young people. If someone is threatening you by demanding sexual images or videos, this is a crime. You are not to blame in any way. Please talk to a trusted adult. To all parents and grandparents and anyone who cares for children, please speak to the young people in your life about the dangers of talking to strangers online. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I am Detective Chief Superintendent Eamon Corrigan, Head of PSNI's Serious Crime Branch. My team and I welcome today's sentencing. Investigating detectives have been determined to bring McCartney before the courts to answer for his crimes. His offending was on an industrial scale. He had a number of devices and was operating across different time zones. His depravity knew no bounds. He has caused serious and long-lasting harm on what we estimate to be around 3,500 victims and their families. I want to thank those who have come forward today for being so incredibly brave and assisting our investigation. In May 2018, a 12-year-old girl from West Virginia, Simran Thomas, took her own life. She shot herself with a legally held handgun during online contact with McCartney. Simran pleaded for him to stop and said she would shoot herself. He simply replied, "I don't care." He then started a countdown for her to comply with his sick requests, or he would carry out his threat to send previously captured images to our contacts. It was during this countdown she shot herself. Tragically, the girl's father took his own life in the aftermath of her death, never knowing the terrible truth of what really happened.
Which one are we, Alan? Yeah, so if you...
Yeah, I'll introduce it.
Yeah, thanks.
I will now read a short statement from Simran's grandparents. We all have been devastated by our granddaughter's passing. We know that nothing that we do or say will bring her back. But if we can help another family to not have to go through what we did, something good could come out of her death. Perhaps, parents, please keep the doors of communication open concerning the evil of some people online. Thank you.